Ooh, it's gotten much worse in here since I last was here.
Okay.
It's got to go.
Okay. All right.
This was the first part that they opened when the coal hole opened. It was the restaurant, and so for a while this was all people knew. Yeah, it's got a musty odor.
Yeah.
The water infiltration is huge. It's not damp on the floor. It's not wet on the floor, but it is damp. Watch your step
We're
there.
going to venture nothing to cave in on us while we're in here.
That's a very real possibility. Can you work your way around that one if you don't want to?
Sure, yeah. There we go.
But then again, as we did mention, this is not the most safest environment.
Finally made it outside.
This is the atrium. I've apologized. I've been a little lax in trimming back the hedges this year.
So that's the stage that Dave Van Dern built for one of the acts, right? I think he was telling us the story of there was a particular act in their contract that wanted a drum riser.
Yes, right? Yes, he did.
I forget who it was. It was somebody, maybe Foghat.
This is the first I've noticed these paintings down below. Yeah, this one's gone. Right, I'm wondering if it is as well. That kind of looks like it.
These paintings over here, if you want to shine.
Let's start over here on our left.
Yeah, it was a day in the life of a silk mill worker.
I think these windows, well, they are all silk works, aren't
they? So back here's the kitchen, if you remember this venue.
Yeah, there's been a lot of deterioration of the building since I bought it a couple of years ago, but with a lot of water and exposure to the elements, just ripping stuff apart. But I've never been able to get back there, even from day one, into the kitchen area back there or some of the upper floors.
Yeah.
Parts of the upper floor there.
And part of David Van Dern's story is, so this is the kitchen, and then this is the stage that we all know and love right here. The original stage, this was after the fire, when the coal hole reopened as a restaurant. The original stage was back there. So it was just this small room, and that's back. I think you shine your light where you come in from the bar. That's over in there is where the bar is. So you would come into this room, and this is where the stage was, back here.
Right.
And then we believe it was David Van Dern and his brother who installed these posts in this room. And this is where the new stage was set up. And eventually the balcony opened up. Balcony's still open, but I don't know if you want to go up there or not. That's probably not a good idea. There's where the lights, the rafter for the lights up there.
I'm too old to remember the balcony.
I remember the balcony. He doesn't remember the balcony. There's a little age gap there. See? Well, I could put some lens flare on there like a J.J. Abrams movie, huh?
What's that?
On your flashlight. Put a little blue streak across it. Oh. Like we're in a sci-fi.
Don't touch this board. It's like
it's holding up the building, right? Yeah, really.
Back in this corner, there was a large brass plaque that says Walnut Mill Garment Company or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be featured prominently in the new property when it's redeveloped.
Awesome. Oh, you saved it. You salvaged it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Awesome.
I was really happy it hadn't been stolen beforehand.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. All right, you want to tell us where we're going now?
Sorry?
You want to tell us where we're going now?
We are heading.
Oh, we're going to get our teeth checked. Okay, sorry.
We're heading into the existing 4-story mill building, the remaining 4-story mill building.
I get to go in first.
There's actually a light switch on the sidewall there that'll work.
All right, so here's the new daycare.
Send your kids.
Center.
Did we catch this on the last time of the
we
bow
did.
and these steps?
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
We could roll some sewing machines in here and start up back up operations next week. We're on the second floor of the Tobble Mill garment building. It's a 4-story brick building, and it's going to be part of the new hotel. This was absolutely one of the production floors of the mill. You can imagine tables in here, women working, mostly women working, as their husbands were down in the mines. So this never actually came up on the market. It was owned by Dr. Sten and his wife Nadine. Dr. Sten passed away a few years ago. Nadine Sten runs the medical center next door. So they own this building. And they kept it fairly watertight. They kept it fairly clean. They did a good job in preserving the history to themselves, at least for this next phase. Part of the history of this building is that the Lark Dress Company used to occupy the 3rd and 4th floors of this building. Right. If you've seen any of our other videos, you know that Lark is a family name that I share lineage with. So that was my great-grandfather's, one of his ventures was the dress company, the garment mill. There were other Larks involved. There was one that did a overall company. There's one that did an underwear store or underwear garment company. The plan for the building is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floor will all be hotel rooms. This floor plan, as we can see, will be divided into 10 rooms and pretty much repeated on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floors, with the 1st floor having, of course, some of the more common utilities, common amenities for the hotel. So exciting news is next week we start the demolition of the coal hole building. That is just the other side of this wall here behind you. It's a blighted property. It's an eyesore. It had a good run. It started its history as a 4-story building, a sister building to this on this small campus of garment mills. We heard about the fire that happened, and when they renovated it into the coal hole, and then the coal hole went defunct in the 2000s. Sat vacant, and now it's going to come down. So that kind of spurred us to get out here today and take another look.
First of all, thank you for doing this. And I know the intention. I always think of the first thing that you said about the F&S building, which is I don't want to see another one of these buildings become a parking lot. And I know that it's hard to wrangle, I can say it, city council and people who are involved in making things happen. So, thank you for doing this. This is a huge part of our history.
From the information I've gathered, there's a need for it. It'll help promote the town. It'll let those folks who are up at the AOAA or out at Knoebels come to someplace local that's nice, walkable to restaurants, bars, shopping.
Sure.
It'll let us capture those dollars that were otherwise headed out of our market, potentially out of the state.
Are you at liberty to talk about the plan for the Jones building?
I'm not at liberty. I'm here.
He's not at liberty. He goes to Bethlehem. Here you go.
Freedom.
Are you freedom?
I do. I got a freedom high school T-shirt on underneath. Right.
My uncle taught at Liberty. You better watch out. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yep. Is there still a motion forward to get to turn the Jones building into hotel space, or
there is still momentum to get the Jones building into a hotel, or turn the Jones building into a hotel. We just had to pick one to focus on, and we picked this site primarily for its parking and the parking lot that we have attached to the site will accommodate a lot of cars.
Sure.
And that's the guys hauling a trailer full of toys to take up to the mountain. We had to make a call, and this was the call that we made. This floor will be fit out for 10 rooms, the 3rd floor 10 rooms, the 4th floor 10 rooms, and a few on the 1st floor. But you'll have you've got the old wood columns, you've got the wood beams, the wood floor even can be refinished, and I think it'll turn out nicely. The building that is going to get demolished is the coal hole.
Okay. Okay.
When I bought the building 5 years ago, it was in sad shape already. The roof had already fallen in. A lot of the damage due to the water and wind and weather had started to take its toll. The building was just too far gone. I looked really hard at saving what's left of the coal hole, what's left of because that used to be a 4-story mill as well. The fire took the hotel out. That was on that spot.
This is the coal hole. You can actually see it's now convertible. Are you going to build something there? Just leave
Yes.
it. Okay.
So while we're standing in the 4-story building that's going to be renovated on the coal hole lot where the footprint of the coal hole sits now, That will be a brand new 4-story building, really a sister building back to this historic one we're standing in. And it will contain about an equal number of hotel rooms, a lounge.
It'll be up by June, right?
We're shooting for April.
Oh, that's good. Good
2020,
turnaround.
2026.
Good turnaround. Yeah. Okay. If you have any questions, call Sound Off. They're always helpful when it comes to
Always
Andy.
helpful.
Always helpful. That's where you can let them know your questions that you have.
They're well thought out, carefully rehearsed,
Yep.
researched.
Yep. Right to the news item. They're always helpful. But in all seriousness, thank you for putting the effort forth, because it's not easy. It's that first step, right? Is admitting that you have a problem. No, is to actually do something, and you did the thing, and
we've been fighting for it for 5 years now. It's been it's been a struggle sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, what am I doing with my time and my efforts and my resources?
Yeah.
But it is. I love this town. I love this town.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. That is a yes. And that's why I'm thanking you, because I love this town too. People forget that COVID was more than just 1 year. It basically was about 2 years where you couldn't do things, even with regulations and kicking things back up. And then,
well, and the hotel industry took several more years to recover than many other industries. Tack onto that the fact that it's Shamokin. I mean, I love this town, but there's no denying that it's a tertiary market. It's a small, economically depressed market. It gets tough to make that argument to banks, to investors, that this is the plan and it's going to be successful.